As an American living in Canada, these are 5 things that I noticed almost immediately. Some of them took a little bit longer. Apart from Bag of Milk, when I first came to Canada, we came up through New Brunswick. I don't know what Walmart we stopped at, but we stopped at one, and it was just the vibe in Walmart was way calmer. And it wasn't nighttime too, but you could just tell it didn't smell as bad. I don't know, Walmart was just like up just a notch, nothing crazy, but it was just noticeable that it was a little bit nicer than the Walmarts I usually go to. Okay, so the second part would be the taxes. I would say that I would go to purchase something, or like it could be something online, and then I keep looking at the receipt, like what is it that's taking up, or like what's, like in my head I'm calculating it one way, even including tax, thinking I'm including enough tax, but I never did in the beginning. And so I'd have to always recheck either what I was ordering, or like if I got groceries and I'm checking out myself and I'm looking at the groceries and I'm like, did I scan one of these big items twice or something? Everyone talks about the taxes in Canada, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying in the beginning, it was a lot more than I was anticipating. And I got used to it, and I appreciate it because we have the things we have in Canada because of it. So I'm grateful. All right, this next one, I've spent a lot of time thinking about it. I mean, hours of thought went into this next one. There's 2 parts to it, but the whole thing is just how we communicate in Canada versus how we communicate in the United States. And so my first thing that I noticed, but I actually didn't figure it out till yesterday. So that's another reason why I wanted to make this video, is because I was excited to share that what we laugh at in the United States is not the same things that Canada laughs at. I guess that's like common, like same with the UK, like they have a different sense of humor. Thought because our countries were so close, and we have a very similar lifestyle in both places. So it's not that far off. Like if you go to the UK, in my opinion, that is a little bit of a culture shock, but between Canada and the United States, I don't feel like there is. There's just things you notice that are different. I was in the movie theater yesterday and I was watching the new movie, Project Hail Mary. Also, best movie I've seen in a long time. And I'll have to spend some more time thinking about it, but could be like top 5 all-time favorite movie. Would I ever watch it again? Absolutely not. Would not do that to myself. I cried during the movie. I cried after the movie. I cried in the car ride home. And then it happened again that night. I cried again. It's a good movie. I'm watching that movie, and I don't know why this matters, but it matters. Cody got up to go to the restroom, and it was like the part in the movie that, I'm not giving any spoilers, it's the part in the movie that's funny. They'll do like 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of like happy joy moments. It's just like flash, flash, funny, funny. And that's what it was a series of funnies. I'm also listening to Suits while I'm telling you this. Like the show Suits is playing in my headphones right now. And so it's all the funny moments. It was so noticeable that the jokes that were presented were like one level, and then another set of jokes were another level. Canadians laughed at one level, I laughed at the other. And when I was laughing, they weren't laughing. When they were laughing, I wasn't laughing. And that's why I was noticing it, because I guess you just notice you're watching something and all of a sudden someone laughs. Like it just jars you out. So it just made this huge connection. I'm in Nanaimo, Canada, surrounded by Canadians. Yeah, it was just so cool. This stuff to me is just so interesting, how like our humor can be different. And it all makes sense now. I would make a joke, there's just like dry jokes, and they weren't landing ever. Like not around any time I've tried to just be jokey about something and think like I just had a banger joke, and falls flat every time. Yeah, absolutely mortified each time, 1. And 2, it's the pause. So like even just in conversation, like there's a pause in Canadian English, in my opinion. When people say things, it's common for everybody just to be silent for several moments before responding back. And it's not like in conversation people don't. I had to turn this show down. It's getting good right now. Yeah, so anyways, there's just a general pause that it was really hard for me to get used to, and I couldn't figure it out. Like it kept me up at nights, like not being able to connect the dots. And then slowly I put together it's been every conversation I've had with Canadians ever in my life, and now it makes sense. It's just they pause more, and like it's made me start to pause more. Now I can't tell whether I'm quippy anymore or like I pause. I do the Canadian, I feel like it's a Canadian pause. I'll call it the Canadian pause. I think it's way more intelligent. Yeah, in the States, we're just like, we're quippy and back and forth. And like, I feel like connections are so easily made. Like, you can bond over something so dumb standing next to someone in the States. And yeah, it's like the Gen Z stare. I think I'm just like constantly reminded by the fact that in Canada, they don't take your card. They don't like take your card to do anything. They don't take it to swipe it. They don't take it to walk away, like in a restaurant, ring it up and bring you it back. They don't like walk in another room with your card in Canada. I mean, at least in New Brunswick. Yeah. Anyways, in the States, like we just throw our cards around. Like people can take it for long periods of time and we don't sweat it. So that was different. Okay, and this fifth one, this fifth one, not your dad, Cody's dad, helped me come to a realization. And that's in the States, everyone is so on edge all the time. And I think it's not that we have a culture of people who are on edge. Everybody's on edge because we're worried about people being on edge, which makes us on edge. And we're standing in line at the grocery counter being vigilant of someone snapping and doing something crazy, and then we're all gonna have to pay for it. It's just like it's this problem we have in the States of like you're expected to just go at any expense, and what's rewarded are people who are burnt out and unhealthy, and it's just like we're a warehouse and we work in an assembly line, and that's that. We're just given breadcrumbs for dumb shit. I think I was having a conversation with Cody's dad and I was like, yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's like, I always feel like I have to be so like vigilant, but I don't have to be like that anymore. And he was like, yeah, everybody is stressed out in the States. But like the way he said it, it helped me realize, yeah, we're all on edge. And like in Canada, that's not priority here. They take time off for things and people's lives are respected. These are just things that I've noticed and honestly spend way too much time thinking about and just looking at how everything connects. It's cool to me and I'm grateful because it always changes me. You know, being exposed to a different country, a different culture, just learning new things makes you more understanding and like makes you a better person. It truly makes you a better person to travel is what I'm just like connecting right now is like I every time I learn something and I change a pattern of behavior to be better about something because I've learned that's not okay. Or I learn, you know, something I could have been doing, like going above and beyond in a certain area and the impact of different things that I do. Like I've learned that just by traveling and TikTok. Shout out to TikTok. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear the things that, like, if you're an American in Canada or even vice versa, I love to hear these little differences. All right, thanks.